depression or something?
This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Just don't call it junk.
Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat.
Is Mayor McDonough telling the truth? What does he have to hide?
This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent.
Nikki Valentine walks into my office for a change.
What can I say, Piper? You, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client here in that analogy? So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours. What's the story?
This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's
We need
Detective
help, Piper.
Agency with a message for Nick's partner.
This man named Kellogg
We've got a new
kidnapped
case and
my
it
son.
sounds urgent. Stop by
That
the
wasn't
office.
all.
I'll be waiting.
He was working with the
Setting this
Institute.
to repeat.
He gave them Sean.
This is Ellie Perkins from
Institute.
Valentine's Detective Agency
Oh,
with a
boy.
message for Nick's partner.
I've been investigating
We've
these
got a new
creeps for
case and
over
it
a
sounds
year now.
urgent. Stop
The
by the
Commonwealth's
office. I'll be waiting.
boogeyman.
Setting
Feared
this
and
to
hated
repeat.
by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes they
This is Ellie
snatch people
Perkins
in the
from
middle of the
Valentine's
night,
Detective Agency with a
and
message for
sometimes
Nick's
they leave
partner.
old synths behind to
We've
remind
got
us
a new
that they're
case
out
and it
there.
sounds
But
urgent.
to this
Stop by the
day,
office. I'll be waiting.
there's one thing nobody really
Setting
knows.
this to repeat.
Where the Institute actually is.
This
Or
is
how
Ellie
to get
Perkins from
in.
Valentine's
Exactly.
Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner.
But there's one person who
We've
has
got
to
a
know,
new
right?
case and it sounds urgent.
The guy who just
Stop by
handed
the
him
office.
Sean.
I'll be waiting.
Kellogg. Huh.
Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's
Man
Detective
like that would have had
Agency with a
access,
message for Nick's
in
partner.
and out.
but we
We've
both
got a
know
new
that
case and it
angle
sounds
isn't going to
urgent.
work.
Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat.
Because he's dead.
So,
This is Ellie
a
Perkins from
murderer
Valentine's
and a
Detective
kidnapper
Agency
gets
with a
his
message
brains
for Nick's
blown out
partner.
by an avenging parent.
We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office.
Be a great
I'll be
ending if
waiting.
we didn't still have the biggest
Setting
mystery in
this
the
to repeat.
Commonwealth to solve.
This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a
He
message
wasn't
for
gonna
Nick's
talk.
partner.
Even if
We've
I
got
had a
new
way
case
of
and
bringing
it
him in
sounds
alive.
urgent.
Gets his
Stop by the
brains
office.
blown
I'll
out.
be waiting.
Huh.
Setting this to repeat.
Brains. You know, we may not
This is
need the
Ellie
man
Perkins
at
from
all.
Valentine's Detective
You're talking
Agency
crazy
with a
here,
message for
Nick.
Nick's partner.
Got a fault in the old
We've got a new case
subroutines?
and it
Look,
sounds
there's a
urgent.
place in Good Neighbor
Stop by the
called the
office.
Memory
I'll be waiting.
Den.
Setting
Relive
this
the
to
past
repeat.
moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone
This is Ellie
could get a
Perkins
dead
from
brain to
Valentine's Detective
sing,
Agency with
it
a
would be
message for
Dr.
Nick's partner.
Amari, the mind
We've got a new
behind the
case and it
memories.
sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting.
Who's
Setting
this
to repeat.
Dr. Amari?
I'll let her give you her life story in person. Let's stay
This is
focused.
Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency
Guess we're
with a
gonna need a
message for
piece
Nick's
of
partner.
Kellogg's brain.
We've got
Enough
a new
gray
case and
matter
it
to bring to
sounds
Amari
urgent.
and find out if
Stop
this
by
is
the
going to
office.
work.
I'll be waiting.
Jesus, Nick.
Setting
Gross.
this to
Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We got
This
no
is Ellie
leads,
Perkins from
nothing.
Valentine's Detective
That old
Agency
Merc's
with a
brain
message
just
for
might
Nick's
have all the
partner.
secrets we need to know.
We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be
Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his
waiting. This
head.
is Ellie Perkins from
Cybernetics, huh?
Valentine's Detective Agency
We may
with a
have
message
just
for
won
Nick's
the
partner.
lottery.
Whether we're riding
got a
this
new
crazy
case and it
brain
sounds
train or not,
urgent.
we can't all go
Stop by
running
the
across
office.
the
I'll
Commonwealth.
be
So, who's
Setting
coming
this
with
to
you?
repeat.
I have to go to the memory den either way if I'm going to introduce you to
This is Ellie
Amari.
Perkins from Valentine's
If you want to head
Detective
there
Agency
together,
with a
just
message for
say
Nick's
so.
partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to
I'll
repeat.
head out with Piper. We'll meet you there, Nick.
Sounds good. You two stay
This
out
is
of
Ellie
trouble.
Perkins from
Don't
Valentine's
worry.
Detective Agency with a message for
We're
Nick's
gonna
partner.
get your boy back.
We've got a new case and it sounds
Just a
urgent.
few more
Stop
steps.
by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds
You won't
urgent.
believe what's in the
Stop by
next
the office.
issue.
I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is
Wait.
Ellie Perkins. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's
Fireman's
Detective
as honest
Agency
as
with a
honest
message for
work
Nick's
gets.
partner.
Easy living.
We've got a new case
This
and it
ain't.
sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is
If
Ellie Perkins
you
from
wanted to
Valentine's
make me a
Detective
second
Agency
printing
with a
press
message for
while you're
Nick's
at it.
partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat.
Good neighbor, huh? You looking to get stoned or stabbed?
This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner.
Hey.
We've got a new
Don't be
case and
shy
it sounds
now.
urgent.
Chance.
Stop by the office?
I've got a few
I'll be
minutes to
waiting.
browse.
Cash or
Setting
trade?
this to repeat.
Let's get started.
This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to
Whoever
repeat.
this Brotherhood of Steel is, I'm not buying that. We come in.
This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner.
Brotherhood of Steel.
We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office? I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat. This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by
May
the
have
office?
walked out of
I'll
the
be waiting.
den, Irma, but
Setting this to repeat.
Calling the Silver
never
Shroud.
walk out on
Calling
you.
the Silver Shroud. I got a special
My
delivery for you. Come see me at the memory den.
Galaxy News Radio.
Here for Amari. She's downstairs.
When evil walks the streets of Boston, one man lurks in the shadows, shielding the innocent, judging the guilty. That guardian is the Silver Shroud.
Dr. Amari?
Today's episode in the
I
parlor
remember
of
you.
mysteries.
The memory inducement. Vault 111, right?
Jasmine,
What's this all about?
chamomile, pain, ecstasy. This can only be the den.
We need your
of
help, Doctor.
mysteries.
I need the memories from a man named Kellogg.
Still, sweet Shroud.
But he's dead.
I know it's
that
asking for a
scumbag
miracle,
slug,
Omari,
but you're sick
but
with
you've pulled off the
fever and
impossible
still
before.
suffering.
Are you two mad?
Mistress of
Putting
Mysteries,
aside the
no.
fact that you're asking me to defile
right.
a corpse.
But the man...
You don't realize that the
That
memory
lady.
simulators
We stumbled
require
upon the most
intact,
sinister
living
plot, old
brains
friend.
to function.
No, dear heart. The Shroud stumbled.
Please.
The mistress
Nick told me you're the only
maneuvered.
one who can make this work.
I knew
This
of the
dead
mayor's
brain
misdeeds
had inside
for
knowledge of the
many days.
Institute, Amari.
I
The
followed
biggest
him to that
scientific
fateful
secret of the
meeting with
Commonwealth.
Fat Faye.
You need
I was
this,
about to.
and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait,
It would seem
that's the
that our leaving
hippocampus.
the scene of
And this
Scarlet's
thing attached to
slaughter was
it?
terribly
A neural
timed.
interface?
Incurring the
Those
wrath of
circuits look
Boston's
awfully
finest
familiar.
is an
I'm
unfortunate
not
and
surprised.
unexpected annoyance.
From what I've seen, all Institute
Unexpected
technology
by
has a
us,
similar architecture.
Maybe. But perhaps not by... Fat Faye.
Go on, Doctor.
Mr. Valentine is an older generation synth, but Institute technology being what it is, a brain implant could fit him. But that's an incredible risk to take. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me,
Excuse
Amari.
my assumption that even
I'm
the
well
most
past the
astute
warranty
attorney
date
couldn't help
anyway.
us now.
All right, mistress. We must away from your den and
I
evade the
appreciate
police.
this, Nick.
You can
Clear
thank
our
me when
names
we
and
found your son.
Take
All right,
Faye
let's
down.
do this.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine, just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled
Silver
mercenary,
Shroud,
pull me
Mistress of
out,
Mystery,
okay?
hands up per order of
Let's
the
see
Boston
here.
Police.
Chief Gorgonin,
I need you to keep
am
talking to me,
Death's
Mr.
Shroud, but
Valentine.
you
Any slight
are
change in your cognitive
undeserving
functions
of
could be
my
dire.
terrible
Are you
justice.
feeling any different?
Think on my mercy.
Stop
Static.
or we'll shoot.
I can't
Men,
make
open
sense of
fire.
any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded.
Damn it!
It appears
Where
the
did this mess
Institute
come
has
from?
one last failsafe.
Wait,
There's
it's
a
clearing.
lock on the memories in the image.
Chief, they ain't here. They're gone.
Tell me you have a way past this, Doc.
Let me think.
Officer Leibowitz.
The encryption
I was
is too
hoping
strong
you'd say
for a
that.
single mind. But
What will become of our
what if we
stalwart
used to
hero? Find out what
reload
happens
both
next
you
week
and Mr.
on
Valentine
another
into the
exciting
memory
episode
lounges?
of
Run
The
your
Silver
cognitive functions in
Shroud.
parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness
You've been listening
drives
to
through
Galaxy
whatever
Radio, a
memories
wholly
we
owned
can find.
subsidiary of Galaxy News Network.
All right.
Calling the Silver
Let's get
Shroud.
started.
Just sit
Calling
down
the
over
Silver
there
Shroud.
and keep your
I
fingers
got a special
crossed.
delivery for you. Come see me at the memory
See you on
den.
the other side.
Galaxy News Radio. When evil walks the streets of Boston, one man lurks in the shadows, shielding the innocent, judging the
Initiating
guilty.
brainwave
That
migration
guardian
between the
is
transplant
the
and the
Silver
host.
Shroud.
Mnemonic activity
Today's
coming from the
episode,
transplant.
Fat
It's
Faye's
degenerated, but
Folly.
it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find.
Come
They
on,
might not be
Dollface.
stable.
It's right
Just
through
hold
here.
on. Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Turn down the goddamn radio.
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole. Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then. I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. It doesn't matter now, though. People always hoping for something better. They usually end up with something worse.
What a joke.
What's it mean, Mom?
Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days. Like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop sending you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio, all useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah. You've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing?
I thought San Francisco was my chance to start fresh. I was the hot shit, the gunslinger from the hub, rolling into town with the world at my feet. Everybody knew I was the one who'd shot Valdez. And I could write my own ticket to any outfit in town. It all worked out pretty damn well. For a while.
They seem kind of green.
I know. But that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. Here's I'll be running my own crew, as soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. You focus on that petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like.
Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the... Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second. She bought us standing around looking tough.
No, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. That's okay. I got her.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself. I don't remember much from that time. It all kinda blends together. There was almost always a bar, though. That's universal.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's...
There was always a job for someone like me. Didn't matter what it was. Didn't matter who I was supposed to kill. I got pretty good at it.
Problems. Is that right?
If you pay me. There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. They just took it as part of the job. Little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another.
Oh, we'll pay you. And you'll do this all by yourself?
I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe. That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with...
First synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute. So, you're with the Institute? I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that
You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement. Suited me just fine.
been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I can see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate. Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis.
I'll try to locate another memory as quickly as I can. Please try to remain calm.
That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
Just find it.
Pod CC.
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. They didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
6. Down the hall near the end.
The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it. I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have. Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long. I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never like to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of, her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but, still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
it over? Are we okay?
Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
Come here. Come here, baby. No, I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean!
God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup?
I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready. Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long. This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up.
Kellogg.
It's okay. One of these days, the new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. You're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready. It's okay. I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
I'm okay, Doctor. Thank you.
That's good. But I want you to keep monitoring yourself. We have to be sure there's no long-term damage. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
We got what we needed. The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out.
Yes. Their greatest secret has finally been revealed. But that only leads to more questions. How does it work? Where do we go next?
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil, we need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate.
Why? What makes the glowing sea so dangerous?
The name says it all. Radiation. So much that nothing there could possibly live. Nothing pleasant. Navigating radioactive hazards is nothing new. But the glowing sea can kill a man in seconds. That's why it doesn't make sense. Virgil fleeing into that hell. The exposure alone.
If we need to find Virgil, then I'm going after him.
If you're going to go, be prepared. You'll need some way to combat the radiation there. It's called the glowing sea for a reason.
How do I fight that much radiation, Doctor?
There are chemical compounds. Rad-X, Radaway. You'd need as much as you could carry. Maybe more. A sealed environment suit would be great, if you could find one. Or maybe one of those suits of power armor? That would be perfect.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Hey, Valentine.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
Kellogg? Is that you?
What? What are you talking about?
You feeling all right, Nick?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going. Or I could head back to Diamond City, since you've got company already.
We have to head into the glowing sea. Any advice?
I'm a synth, so radiation isn't much of an issue for me, but an old suit of power armor might just be the guardian angel you're looking for. That, or you could buy up all the Rad-X and Radaway you can find from any chem dealer who's got it in stock.
Let's get going, Nick.
Been one heck of a ride so far. Let's see where it takes us next. Hey, let me ask you something.
Sure, ask away.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I thought. Tougher than I was. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point, and folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
broken mask?
This was long before I'd moved to town, but apparently some gentleman type shows up in Diamond City, heads down to Power Noodles. Guess he didn't like the food because he pulled his pistol and opened fire on the folks enjoying theirs. When security finally put enough holes in him to drop him, they say he was full of servos and sprockets, just like yours truly. Seems he malfunctioned, went berserk. It was the first time people realized that synths had stopped looking like me and started looking like them. Considering what these folks went through, I felt real lucky they let me in the front gate at all.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
Was it hard settling in?
Yeah, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the Synth, but it was Nick the Detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it. And with some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving?